Hi, Gabrielle. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
So, what's been going on this past week?
Not much. I mean, I'm still having a little bit of issues at work, just a little bit, and with customers not really being able to understand me because of my accent, and it's a little frustrating because I've been at this job for a little bit, as you know. So then, therefore, it kind of bothers me that still people, I don't know, even regular customers that come in, because I work at the TJ Maxx, so even regular customers I usually help most of the time, they're still like, what? What'd you say? And I'm just like, it's I just can't stand it.
Well, now, when they ask you, like, what are you saying? Do you feel like it's aggressive? Like, they're being rude about it? Or are they genuinely asking, like, oh, can you repeat that?
I think it depends on the customer because sometimes it can come off as rude, and then other times I can tell like they genuinely don't understand what I'm saying. So or like sometimes I speak a little fast, so then it sounds like I'm skipping a word, but I'm not. So I get sometimes I can understand, but then there's some of those customers that are just like, what? I can't understand you, and then it's just it makes me feel bad.
So, as we know, you're speaking English as we're having this conversation. Mm-hmm. So, do you feel like they think that you've been speaking a different language and that you just now learn English?
I feel like they do because, I mean, I tell them when they ask me, because off rip, they go, where are you from? And I say Barbados. Like, oh, you speak Jamaican. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Two totally different countries. Two totally different dialects. Everything. Jamaicans speak, it's not really a language, but they speak patois, and Barbados speak English. But I can speak patois, but I wouldn't do that at work because they definitely wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying.
And we know patois is like a mixture of languages. So.
Yeah, it's like Creole and English, and I don't know exactly.
So, like, do you feel like even your coworkers might do a little bit of the same actions as customers?
I guess. I mean, they ask me to repeat words just because they like the way it sounds, but then it's like, I'm tired of repeating myself kind of thing. So sometimes I should probably say something about it, but I don't.
So like, you feel like does it feel like they're making fun of you, or they just are not aware of what they're doing?
I think they're not aware. They just don't know. So therefore they just ask, and then I comply, I guess, as you would say, but to what they request, but it gets irritating, and maybe I should speak up about it, but it's like I don't want to seem like the person that's like trying to be rude or something like that. Like, stop asking me to repeat stuff, because then they probably be like, whoa, what's your problem?
Have you maybe like tried to talk to your manager about it?
No, not because I'm not really that close to him. There's one manager that I like that I'm pretty close to. She is from Puerto Rico, so I mean she gets the whole accent thing. Even though she doesn't have one, she has family that have Puerto Rican and Spanish accent per se. Actually, sorry, but yeah. So I haven't really talked to her about it, but if I did, I knew I could.
Okay, so at least you have one support system at work. So like, what's going on at home? How's your mom and your sister doing?
Oh, they're good. My sister, she's working so she works at a daycare, and she's doing fine, and she's making her money, so I guess. And my mom, she's doing good too. Sometimes I feel like she might have it worse than me just because she's like the old school Bayesian, so therefore like she uses more of the slang terms sometimes, and she tries to keep it under control when she's at work, but it just doesn't happen all the time for her. So yeah.
So is there anything else maybe going on, like with school?
Well, I recently, not in a relationship, I don't want to classify it as that, but in Barbados, being homosexual and being from the West Indies is like probably the worst things you could the worst things you could ever do, because in the West Indies they don't tolerate homosexuals at all, especially like in Jamaica they hate them. Mm-hmm. And but it's because of like a history of the whole thing, which I'm not gonna get into. But you know, down there they send the gay men and stuff to the gullies, which they basically live in the sewer. Mm-hmm. In Jamaica, at least. In Barbados, they don't really sell them to the gully, but they have their own version of like a gully, I would mm-hmm. say. They're just kind of like the outcasts. I mean, with the newer generation, it's kind of a little bit more acceptable, but then, you know, with older people are still around, so then they teach their kids, and then, you know, so mm-hmm. it gets a little bit difficult. So, but I hadn't started a relationship. I talking to somebody, and I don't want to tell my mother. And then it's like, you know, so then it's like, she's always asking, who are you on the phone with? Mm-hmm. And I already dress like a guy, per se. So, therefore, she's already like, you know, Gabrielle, you can't be doing this, and, you know, it's wrong, and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So, I'm like, just let me live my life, you know, let me do me, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Do you feel like you have anybody, like other family members that may accept you, or do they not know situations?
No. No. I would say maybe my brother. He'd probably be like my brother and my sister, because those are like, you know. Mm-hmm. But then my mom, no. My dad, no. Grandparents, hell no. Mm-hmm. It'll be especially anybody in my family back in Barbados, if they ever find out, they'll be like, oh, she brought that American shit, mm-hmm. you know. And yeah, they don't do that down there, so.
So do you think, because again, like, you went back to maybe a younger generation, do you think that's why your brother and sister may accept you a little bit more than the rest of your family?
I feel as though probably yes, and it's like, you know, I think maybe they have like a higher tolerance, per se. So it's like, you know, it's not really like an acceptance, but it's like, you know, you're still my sister, you know, mm-hmm. You're still gonna be my sister no matter what. But then, like, you know.
Okay, so do you think that maybe, like, if you could, do you feel like maybe you can, like, if we were supposed to do this, do you feel like you'd be comfortable going to any support groups? Or do you feel like it's still something that you need to transition into?
I don't know about support groups. I don't know. It's hard enough for me to come to counseling sessions, and let alone letting a whole bunch of people know all my business and stuff. But I guess, I mean, if they share like like-minded things and, like, you know, certain circumstances that might be the same, I guess it might be beneficial. But personally, I wouldn't do it. Like, just, mm-hmm. yeah, I wouldn't go.
Now, does your mother know that you come to counseling sessions, or is it like maybe just your siblings know, but they don't tell anything?
No, she knows I come, but I tell her it's for stress, you know, because, like, I'm trying to get acclimated into the culture and everything. There's still some things I'm not getting. So, I mean, she knows I come to counseling sessions. She don't, I mean, in West Indies, they don't really do the whole counseling thing just because they think it's like a weakness almost. Mm-hmm. But then again, with all this mental health thing going on and stuff like that, she thinks it's important that people, you know, mentally stable, and she wants me to get good grades. So of course she wants me to do whatever I can to get good grades.
Mm-hmm. So is it like maybe you may have any friends you could at least speak to, since you don't really feel comfortable going to support group? And
yeah, I have friends that I speak to. Probably not as, like, on a deeper level, like I talk to you. There might be times where I could go that, but I just don't. Like, I just kind of stop myself. Because then I am a very personal person, so I don't like a lot of people in my business, so I don't like to tell people a lot of things, so yeah.
And do you think that maybe also it could be due to maybe different cultural differences? Like, they may not understand.
Yeah, I think they won't understand from a cultural perspective. But like as like a human being perspective, quote unquote, then they be able to understand that.
So. Okay. So what we can definitely do is maybe think of ways that you can probably get out any type of frustration out, even though, like you say, you don't particularly feel comfortable going to support groups right now or getting too detailed with your friends that you made so far. Maybe, like, if you want to, maybe start writing in a journal, trying to keep tabs on that. Maybe just do different activities that may help you deal with.
I go to the gym. That helps.
Okay. So you already have one activity. So I think that's something that you can definitely work on. And we can talk about it in the next session. So I will hopefully see you next week.
Okay.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you.